We begin today with the O'Loughlin side, and they're a relatively same looking team. Stephen Murphy plays in goal, number 1, the full back line. Their whole defence actually is the same as has been through the league. Mikey Butler's at number 2, Hugh Lawler plays at full back, and Eddie Kearns at left corner back. Their half back line, Jordan Malloy is at right half back, Paddy Deegan at centre half, and Anthony Forrestal plays at midfield. And that half back line has been very impressive so far this year. A couple of changes from here on. At midfield, Owen O'Shea plays wearing number 11, I'm told. He partners Mark Bergen, who's playing at number 9. Their half-forward line, Conor Heary returns. He's an army officer and not always available for every game, but he returns here to play at wing forward. He'll probably be wearing 14 and he's back. At centre forward will be number 10, Paddy Butler. And Luke Hogan plays at 12. Their full forward line, Owen Wall is at 13. Number 8 is Conor Kelly. He's nominally at 14, but I suspect Danny Lucknan will be playing at 14. Danny will wear 15 in his back, if that doesn't confuse you. But Danny always wears a green helmet. And he's the rogue inside the 20-metre line if you're looking for an O'Loughlin's player up at that end of the field. Dicksboro lining out with a certain amount of familiarity, let's say. They have shuffled the forces a little bit too, mainly because the players are returning from injury. Dara Houlihan plays in goal. Their full back line, number 2 is Conor Fitzpatrick. At full back, wearing 3 is Evan Cody. And Evan, he came on for the second half last day and to telling effect for them. At number 4, Evan Carroll. Ollie Walsh plays wing back at number 5. Killian Buckley is at centre half back, number 6. And Tom Kenny plays at number 7. Chris Kavanagh is at midfield. He wears number 8. And he this time is accompanied by Robbie Fitzpatrick. The half-forward line, Lee Moore gets his first senior start at wearing number 10. Shane Stapleton will play at centre forward and Aidan Nolan will play on the other wing. The Dicksboro full forward line is the same as has played through the championship so far. Bill Sheehan plays at 13. Owen Goff plays at 14 and he's their captain as well. And at 15, Martin Nolan. But in fairness, clubs have had the opportunity to have a cut, so we'll go with the play. Gay Rafter is just ready. He's trying to get players back from the 65s, I think, or something like that. Conor Heary's the O'Loughlin's player with 14 here beside me. Danny Lucknan is at full forward indeed, and Gay, you better throw the ball in or it'll be all on top of you. He does so. Two huge, strong teams here. Here he starts trying to get the ball away, but Killian Buckley has time and space to send Dicksboro on at the attack. Hugh Lawler, great man to get to the ball first time. A terrific guy to come out like that. Eventually the ball squirts to Mark Bergen at midfield. Mark is moving O'Loughlin's forward. These guys know each other so well. They've played against each other at every level. They've played with each other at schools, inter-county and so on. Most of them have inter-county experience of some kind of ball picked clean off the ground there by Mark Nolan. He gets away with it, and eventually Hugh Lawler brings order to chaos. Flicks the ball to Mark Bergen. Very, very clever hurler. One of the cleverest club players playing in Kilkenny at this time. But the ball this time goes to Killian. Killian to Robbie Fitzpatrick. Robbie having a cut for the point. Ball hanging on top of the goal. Bill Sheehan trying to get in after it. Eventually knocks the ball out of Stephen Murphy's hand. But Stephen eventually gets clear. Doesn't do a particularly good clearance, but it gets to Mark Bergen. Beautiful ground shot from Bergen. Cuts it up along the ground. And Paddy Butler chases Killian Buckley back. Lovely turn from Buckley that time. His third shot of the game so far, and we're only a minute into it. Ball at midfield. Very strong wind here, and the wind is favouring O'Loughlin's. They're on the attack. Danny Lucknan shows very well for it. A good flake from Evan Cody, just to remind him he's a hardy full back. Danny beats him in along the end line. Goes to ground, gets it up again. Great control by Lucknan, and plays a clever ball out the field a little bit to one of his colleagues, but there's a battle over there. I saw a jersey being very well extended. I'll have to say that the O'Loughlin's jerseys are made of good stuff. It didn't tear. Ball is back out the field, back out here towards Owen O'Shea. He doesn't manage to. Lovely work from him. This game is being played like a championship match, even though it is, as they say, only the league. Shane Stapleton, away he goes, sending the ball on the attack. Mark Nolan coming from Mikey Butler with him, but ball goes to Owen Goff instead. Away goes Liam Moore. Liam, big, tall guy, only 18, left-handed shot from him. It's high, it's falling short. He didn't have a hope of reaching the goal, but across comes Eddie Kearns, and O'Loughlin's defence looking very tight, very comfortable, as it's cleared by Paddy Deegan way up the field. Again, Killian Buckley under. What a wonderful hurler this fella is. Hand passes the ball back towards Evan Carroll. Dara Hoolan's come a long way from goal. He better be careful. He plays the ball straight across his goal towards Evan Cody. That's fine. Evan has time and space, and away he goes. Lovely to see this lovely control game counties are playing now. And Kilkenny players, in fairness, they're not going to town on the short ball. They're letting it fly when necessary. So away goes Mark Nolan. He did well to get that ball in his hand. Mikey Butler, a sticky corner back, clatters into him. Butler gets under him, gets the ball up and tries to move out the field with it. At the second time of asking, he turns back into two O'Loughlin's players. He's given away about a foot in height to each of them. The ball goes out of his hand over the sideline. We'll have a line ball to Dicksboro. Well, you know, they always talk about the city rivalry being James Stephens and Dicksboro. I can tell you there's just as big a city rivalry between O'Loughlin Gaels and Dicksboro. And both clubs at the moment at senior level absolutely bristling with players. One of the problems they have essentially is that O'Loughlin's trying to go for stable teams. And as I mentioned to you when we called the defence, they have the very same defence as they had all through the championship. That's the way they like to do it over there. Deegan with the ball from the line ball. Terrible pass from him. It only goes as far as I think it was Aidan Nolan. He knocks the ball over the bar. First score of the game to Dicksboro. 3.5 minutes gone. But O'Loughlin's tend to go for very, very stable sides, whereas Dicksboro, well, they're moving players this way, that way and the other way. Here he are trying to move the ball on, doesn't succeed in doing so. Instead, here comes Dicksboro and Shane Stapleton. Big rangy forward, fine free taker. Gets the ball to Bill Sheehan. Bill has a chance for a point, spurns the chance initially, passes back to Nolan. A high ball drop. That's a nice score from Aidan Nolan. That's 2 points from him, and we're the only 2 points Dicksboro have scored. Fine point work from him, but terrific combination from both these sides at the moment. Dicksboro, well, they shuffle their troops a bit more often. They have good subs for most positions around the field, and perhaps they need to have a little bit more patience. They're on the attack. Loughlin's on the attack. Terrific run straight through the defence by Luke Hogan. Great shot, great up over the bar somehow or other. A fantastic save off goalkeeper Dara Houlihan. Hogan, really, he should have had the goal that time. It was a terrific chance for him, but Houlihan was brave too. Great to see a goalkeeper just standing up to it. And all too often goalkeepers go to ground in the hope of stopping the ball. The really good ones stand up. Robbie Fitzpatrick does well at midfield, wins the ball, gets it as far as Tom Kenny. Left-handed shot from Kenny. It's a bit lazy and it's a bit to the left and wide. And like a shot from a defender, he didn't hit that with full conviction. But puck out, it'll be interesting to see how long Stephen Murphy goes with this puck out. He has a huge puck out. He tries to keep it lowish over the far side. Lovely shot to Mark Bergen. Goes a little bit over Mark's head. Robbie Fitzpatrick is there at midfield again. Terrific hurler, Robbie Fitz. Kilkenny minor, another 21 back in the day, and has been known to tough it out with the seniors here on occasion too. Good O'Loughlin's attack. They have numbers. Danny Lucknan hits it, he's going through, but here comes Heary bearing down on goal. Decides to go for the point. Good score from Conor Heary, having taken a good pass from Danny Lucknan. And again, a great example there of the target man. Lucknan, the obvious target man, but a very generous player, not very good to pass the ball out the field when necessary. Chase Evan, oh dear. The referee should stop this one, because there's going to be a row here with Evan Carroll and Danny Lucknan. And as Evan Carroll delivered the ball that time, Danny got to him. I would say a little bit late, but he was Evan ended up stuck to the wall here below us at the stand. The referee is taking no action. I don't think, in fairness to John Kennedy, the linesman, he was going in a different direction, but had either of them seen the action, I suspect there'd have been a card. Let's go on with it. It's supposed to be free. Shane Stapleton here below us. He's a long way from goal. David Carroll going in with a a towel. We'll see a lot of towels today. Or Ted Kerr, in fact. The free will be taken by Shane Stapleton. Strong player. Fine strike. That would be a terrific point into the wind. Terrific point, because he was striking across the breeze. And the breeze is quite blustery. Blowing strong 1 minute, not blowing at all the next. Murphy going long with the puck out, keeping it lowish towards Paddy Butler. Brilliantly caught by Buckley, and well, Paddy Butler's had a terrific couple of games for O'Loughlin's at centre forward. He has absolutely annoyed every centre back he's played on so far. Good work from Mikey Butler there, his foul, the corner back. But going back to talk about Paddy Butler, and as I say, Paddy has annoyed every centre back in the championship so far. He's had terrific games. He's a very good hurler, but for the first 7-8 minutes of this game, Killian Buckley has just hit everything, and it will be interesting to see how far they experiment of playing Paddy Butler at centre forward, or to what extent it will succeed today, because he was really energising that O'Loughlin's full forward line. Ball breaks off, Buckley knocks it down. He was trying to get to Chris Kavanagh. Chris didn't get it. Instead, away goes Conor Kelly. He's trying to move it forward, doesn't succeed either. Robbie Fitz does. Very tidy player. Fitz can play in so many different places. Hand passes to his brother, and he beats the ball way across the far side of the field, where it's Lee Moore has the ball, tries to go on a bit of a run, doesn't succeed in doing so, and Jordan Malloy puts the ball to Mark Bergen. The ever available Mark goes for the score. Lovely point, and the sides are level now. No big cheer on that one, and well, if there was a crowd in Nolan Park other than the few the substitutes socially distancing on the far side of the field, they're the O'Loughlin subs on the far side of the field, then there'd have been a right cheer for that one. Puck out dropping on Jordan Malloy, flakes one-handed for it, instead caught well by Stapleton. Stapleton tackled by Paddy Deegan, fouls Deegan, and away goes. The free will be to O'Loughlin's, to be taken more or less at midfield, and to be taken by Owen O'Shea. And Owen's has had a good year so far from the place balls. Very good year so far, in fact. 3 points apiece. 9 minutes gone in the first half, and that breeze has risen again. The flags are flapping a little bit again. Owen taking his time. Taking a lot of time. Lifting the ball right up on the hurley. It's gone a bit to the right and wide. Was an easy one, you'd have to say, in the conditions. Dara Houlihan going left-sided down the middle, dropping it, drops on Deegan. Deegan's hand goes up for it, doesn't make contact though, and away goes Mark Nolan. He's won a fair bit of ball in the corner to some effect so far today, but here's his marker, Mikey Butler, and Mikey tackled and fouled by Robbie Fitzpatrick as he's charging out with the ball. And a little bit of shouldering going on too in the last couple of minutes. Referee Gail Rafter would need to keep an eye on matters, because there's the beginning of a little bit of edge in the game, and it's the referee's job to control. If he's controlling matters, things won't go out of hand. Simple as. Mark Bergen's going with this one. He pushes the ball to the left and wide. 2 relatively easy chances from Freese to midfield within the last minute for O'Loughlin's. Puck out, trying to go low to Robbie Fitz. Robbie takes it very well indeed, under pressure, but flicks the ball away to Connor. Connor under pressure too, but Buckley is there to relieve the pressure. Beats the ball across midfield. Very well caught in there. Good interaction, and Chris Kavanagh's on the move. And boy, this guy can run. He's a terrific soloist. Does he look up to make the pass? Lee Moore has it. He's bearing down and goal. Great chance for Moore. Great shot. Great save. Terrific save by Stephen Murphy in the O'Loughlin's goal. And the danger's not gone yet. Way over there, Owen Goff has the ball at the corner flag. If he can beat it across the goal, he only gets as far as Bill Sheehan. Bill, left-handed shot. It's looking, no, across the face of goal and wide. Well, Lee Moore took the ball on the run there. He did pretty much everything right. Perhaps he's more of a midfielder, half forward, not a natural goal scorer, but he struck that ball very, very hard indeed. And Stephen Murphy in the O'Loughlin's goal, a most underrated goalkeeper, first-class keeper, did very well indeed. His puck out goes way down the far side, drops on Ollie Walsh, goes over Ollie's head. He just knocks it down. Eventually it's picked up over there by Tom Kenny. I say picked up advisedly, but he doesn't get away with it. O'Loughlin's player gone to ground. That's number 10, Paddy Butler, and we have a free straight in front of goal for O'Loughlin's. This time it should be no problem to their free taker, whoever's going to take it. I suspect it'll be Owen O'Shea. Fine hurler Owen O'Shea, with plenty of good Connaughey pedigree behind him. Good Connaughey hurling pedigree too. Owen, very deliberate free taker. Again, a man who's worn the Kilkenny jersey at every underage up to and including 21. Strikes tidily this time and sends O'Loughlin's into the lead. 4 points to O'Loughlin's, 3 to Dicksboro, and we're 12 and a half minutes gone the first half. Hurling with a monstrous puck out down the far side. Ball breaking towards Paddy Deegan. Deegan robbed by Mark Nolan, flicking the ball inside towards Aidan Nolan. Goal chance here. Another awesome save by Stephen Murphy. And this time he had to go most of the way across the goal to get it, because that was a class shot from Mark Nolan. And only a class goalkeeper would get a stick to that one. So the 65 to Dicksboro. 2 goal chances, you would say, even though we marvel at the saves. But realistically, if you get 2 chances at senior level, you need to be scoring at least one of them. The free will be taken. The 65 will be taken by Shane Stapleton when the ball is dried and the hurley is dried and so on and so forth. Free takers by definition are perfectionists. The really good free takers are always perfectionists. Shane, the jersey really flapping in the breeze having the swirling breeze having risen. Gets a good belt at it. It's over the bar. Good score. And it took why it takes a substantial control to really hold that ball hold that free into the wind. Stephen Murphy having a look round for a target. Comes down the old stand side. Hurley's reaching. No conclusion yet. There is now. But Owen O'Shea actually, he lifts the ball, throws the ball out as the ball goes wide, but it's gone out over the sideline. Owen, as he threw the ball up to take the swing, went over the line, and Dicksboro will have a line ball 50 metres from their own goal. Tom Kenny to take it. And we look round physically, we must be coming close to the water break at this stage. We're just a minute from a Tom cuts a decent one, giving his forwards a chance. That's all you can ask for from a line ball like that. Ball well picked up by Mikey Butler in there. Mikey takes plenty of hardship trying to get out, doesn't get out. Chris Kavanagh instead. Chris has options. Dicksboro slightly slow on the move that time. Mark Nolan didn't anticipate a pass. Paddy Deegan did, and Paddy clears. And Mark Bergen, he hasn't moved from between the 65s, and he's hit some beautiful attacking ball up the field. It's gone into the corner. Owen Wall, slippery customer. Owen Wall goes high with it, but to no effect, and wide. And again, Owen Wall has put in a couple of great games so far for O'Loughlin's at corner forward. Small enough player, but very, very fast, and has a nose for a score at all times. Dara Houlihan been told to go back, take the puck out when called upon, or not before everybody's outside the 20-metre line. He goes just past midfield. Deegan's hand goes for it. He's a good man to hang in the air too. A fine skill. We might talk about that later. Ball drops in top of the goal. Evan Carroll throws in 2 despairing tackles to win it, and it does so. Ball to Tom Kenny. Tom decides to solo and hand pass Ollie Welsh on a run. Not sure is this the best attacking move for Dicksboro, but Kenny has the ball. He'd have been better do that the first time. There are times when playing it short is not a good idea. When you're in a crowded midfield, I'm not too sure is it a good idea at all. Just look at the Shamrocks and what they do in possession. Ball is back with Eddie Kearns. He sends a good attacking ball up the field. Danny comes from full forward, knocks it to Paddy Butler. Paddy has nowhere to go for a moment, then he swings around, strikes off his left side. It's high and it's just barely wide. Like another good chance to O'Loughlin's, really. Is that the 4th? My statistician here tells me that's their 4th wide. Everybody going back to position. Puck out from Dara Houlihan, only as far as Conor Fitzpatrick. Gets the ball to Tom Kenny. Tom left-handed down this side of the field, very close to the sideline. plenty of attention from Jordan Malloy on Aidan Nolan. Nolan gets past him, does very well indeed to control the ball. Clatters a good one across the face of the goal towards Bill Sheehan. Bill sells a nice little dummy and gets a nice fine shot to score a point. That's good work. But that crossfield shot from Aidan Nolan was of the very, very highest order. But again there, Bill Sheehan showing for the ball, but no other Dicksboro player getting near the business end of that. Buckley puts the hand up, doesn't take it first time, but takes the ball at the second effort. Hand passes back to Dara Houlihan. Buckley operating at a different pace, different time clock to the rest of them out there. Chris Kavanagh wins the ball in midfield. He's supported by Shane Stable, and Shane has a look. He's a bit casual. Mark Bergen doesn't quite get to him yet, but he's very close to him, and Shane is now under pressure. Tries to get the ball inside to Liam Moore. Moore doesn't get it. Bill Sheehan again has it. Owen Goff across the field towards number 12. Aidan Nolan, should be a point. Good work by Dicksboro and good sensible play, holding the ball till they found their man. Not afraid to go diagonal or to go to play what is called a square pass too. 6 points to Dicksboro, 4 points to O'Loughlin's. 20 minutes gone, and Dicksboro living up to the form of the unbeaten team in the league. 3 games played, 3 games won in hugely convincing fashion, and O'Loughlin's 3 games played, 2 games won and a terrific draw with James Stevens. But chasing after the ball, here's Paddy Butler, kicks it back towards Jordan Malloy. Jordan has time, it doesn't have that much time. Well tackled over there by Aidan Nolan. This lad's putting in a great shift today. He got 2 great points at the start of the match. Robbie Fitzpatrick definitely fouls twice. The referee eventually blows the whistle for the second foul, and we have a free out to O'Loughlin's and Paddy Deegan. Paddy eager to get on with the game quickly enough, though Stephen Murphy has decided he's coming out of goal and has decided he's going to go for the long one. And Stephen, well, he's more than capable of knocking over the point from this point. He's 47 metres from town, so 93 metres on a line, and add 5 or 6 more for the angle. He gives it enough air. It's going very, very well indeed. That is a class score from goalkeeper Stephen Murphy of O'Loughlin's, giving them their 5th point of the game, and Dicksboro nudged ahead still 6 points to 5. Puck out from Dara Houlihan, going down the newsstand side. Hands reaching for it there. The only one, eventually it's caught by Mark Nolan, way over the far side, trying to find Aidan. He doesn't find Aidan. Jordan Malloy goes back into defence, flicks the ball to Paddy Deegan. Deegan goes low, trying to get the attack going. Danny has shown for it again, leading Evan Cody in a bit of a run. Evan Cody does terribly well to win that one and play the ball up the field. Deegan has come there to be a clatter. Deegan and Shade Stable, and well, Deegan, they didn't quite meet full tilt, but the referee again more than slow in blowing his whistle. Thankfully the ball comes out quickly. 2 players on the ground kicking at the ball with their feet. The ref should have blown the whistle for safety reasons, but thankfully the ball moved out. O'Loughlin's gone the attack and the ball's gone wide. There's a positional change, I think, on the O'Loughlin's team, the O'Loughlin's defence. I've Anthony Forrestal going to play at right half back, and Jordan Malloy going to play at left, and that's to see an attempt, I suspect, to try and deal with Aidan Nolan, who has given Jordan Malloy a bit of a hard time over beneath us here. Mikey Butler twisting, turning, ducking, should have got the free out that time. He was caught around the neck, wasn't, but eventually there's Deegan, or Hugh Lawler it is, beyond. Clattered very, very high and hard by Chris Kavanagh, and we have a free out to O'Loughlin's. So Stephen Murphy going across to take it. He's a little bit further from the opposing goal at this stage. And again, there must have been a little bit of conversation around that one, because he's getting to take it from more or less the same position at the as he scored the last point, but he's at the opposite side of the field. He's there beneath the newsstand as the sun comes out to shine brightly here in Nolan Park. We'll say Well, we'll try to pretend that big dark cloud over the new stand doesn't exist. The puck out, or the free, dropping right in top of goal. Paddy Butler for Buckley's for it. It flicks past both of them, and Houlihan picks it off the line, taps it out a little bit out this side of the field to Tom Kenny. Kenny trying to find a bit of space, decided to solo out to the defence. Well, he got out easily. I'm not too sure it was a full-blooded championship. He would have got out. He was fouled, though, 50 metres from goal, and we have a free to Dicksboro. About 50 metres out. And Killian Buckley will take it. Dicksboro just nudging ahead, playing it just a little bit better, a little bit more possession, a little bit more threat about them. Ball over to the far side to Bill Sheehan. Eddie Kearns hauls out of him, and we've a free into Dicksboro, 40 metres from the town goal. That's in terms of frees. Free enough flowing game, but it's a couple of frees to O'Loughlin's, a couple of frees to Dicksboro, nothing of consequence really. 6 points to the Borough, 5 to O'Loughlin's. 25 minutes gone in the game, and Shane Stapleton ready to take his free again with the ubiquitous towel carrier there. I'm sure David Carroll won't mind me calling him that. Again, Shane has to hit across the breeze. The breeze is blowing more or less straight down the park. Park a bit wet underfoot. Well, considering the amount of rain that's fallen around here in recent times, that wouldn't surprise anybody. But ball's gone over the bar. It's a bit squelchy, and it's quite a bit squelchy here beneath the old stand. It's always been the wetter side of the park, but nevertheless, the pitch in beautiful condition generally. Buckley going forward. Hand pass is clear. The hand pass goes behind Shane Stapleton. Deegan's there again. Moves the ball forward towards Owen O'Shea. Owen, a terrific man to run with the ball too. Shortens the stick. Slaps the ball over the bar from 50 metres out. O'Loughlin's needed that one actually. 6 points to O'Loughlin, 7 to Dicksboro. Puck out taken by Darragh Houlihan, picks out Shane Stapleton very well indeed. He's trying to pick Mark Nolan. Mark and Mikey Butler. There's a right battle going on between those two. Mark Nolan won the first couple of balls, but Mikey Butler seems since to have got the advantage going, and a little bit of argy-bargy going on there with Owen O'Shea and Mark Nolan just below us. Nothing of consequence. They'll move away, they'll get on with it, and we'll wait for Anthony Forrestal to take the line ball. Trying to find a nice sweet spot. In fact, the surface is perfect for line balls these days. Let's see what Forrestal can do. He can do it all right. Great attacking ball. Conor Fitzpatrick going back for Evan Cody again, using his experience at full back, just flicking and tapping, knocking the ball away to somebody else, and it's working so well. Buckley's on the move beyond on the far side. Has a look, decides to diagonal down the field. Liam Moore putting the hurley up for, doesn't get it. Brilliantly taken by Anthony Forrestal. He goes forward, brilliantly stopped by Liam Moore. He stayed with it at a time when he had lost the ball. Liam, well, don't start running. He was lucky enough that time now. He was fouled first time, but he decided to charge through two O'Loughlin's players. And, well, Liam, maybe as you get older, you'll realise that running through them is not the best solution. It's better to either strike or go around. But he got the advantage from the first foul, luckily enough for him. Shane Stapleton with the opportunity to nudge Dicksboro 2 points ahead. Right on the 65. Looks good. No, just to the left, wasn't wide by far. Again, something I like to see O'Loughlin's keeping their full forward line as close to the opposition goal as possible. I know they have the breeze, but nevertheless, it is a very, very sensible thing to do. It gives you the opportunity for getting goals. There's a sub about to come on to the O'Loughlin side. We don't have the benefit of a guy on the sideline with numbers or anything like that. We'll tell you who it is. It looks like Jack Nolan coming into the midfield area. Going off is, I think it's Danny is going off actually from full forward. It is indeed. And he will be a considerable loss to the O'Loughlin's men, but Jack Nolan, well, Jack was the best player on the field the night they defeated the Shamrocks. He was absolutely brilliant. He got a great goal the same night, but from start to finish, Hugh Lawler catching the ball, very much over the head of Owen Goff, and mind, that is a tall catch indeed. Deegan's on the run, chance of a point for Deegan. Goes a defender shooting at the goal. It goes across the face of the goal and wide. Well, it was worth having a cut for the point by Paddy, but we'll follow. Jack Nolan seems to come into his favourite spot at midfield. Here he does well to cut out the short puck out. Ball gone to ground. It's in a hand. It's in O'Loughlin's hand. It's Jack Nolan's hand. A real ferret he is in these situations. Flicks the ball to O'Shea, dropping high, dropping wide. I was just talking about Jack. He was O'Loughlin's doing a little bit of experimenting in this game. They can afford to. The championship is perhaps a more important one to be at full strength and to have done for, and you don't want to be experimenting. Coming to the ball is Aidan Nolan. He doesn't get it. O'Loughlin seemed to be defending well. Jordan Malloy going down the far side. Cody is there again. This time he's robbed. I think it's gone to full forward. It's Luke Hogan for the moment. We'll follow the play. Ollie Walsh is away with the ball, and he's keeping it low over to his own Goff. Goff and Hugh Lawler, two very, very tall men indeed. Goff wins this one. Hit very hard too. Robbie Fitzpatrick is back in midfield trying to help him, but Mark Bergen is there. Hand passes forward. Chance for Owen O'Shea. The ball drops in top of the goal, and as I was saying earlier about the O'Loughlin's attack staying close to goal, they've all moved out now. You'd think they were listening to me or something. Aidan Nolan with the ball, chasing after him is Jack Nolan, no relation. Aidan, left-handed shot, that's a score. That's his third point, and I think Jack Nolan, or fourth point to Aidan Nolan so far in the game. And well, the referee Gay Rafter's going to have a word with. It's one of the officials, and he has ordered him to the stand. There's a bit of finger pointing going on. I suppose it's easy for the referee to hear and to identify who's shouting at him when the crowd isn't making noise. He's also gone into one of his umpires, so we'll see what the action is there. It was one of the Dicksboro mentors, I think, was aroused his ire. Eddie Kearns is the man who is being whose name is being taken, so I suspect it's whatever grief he was giving to Bill Sheehan. It looks like it'll be a yellow card, I'd say, anyway, for Eddie Kearns. Well, Bill Sheehan, now's your chance to run at him, because he can't afford to foul you. And no better man to run at a defender than Bill Sheehan. Let's see what happens in that scenario. Bill has switched corners to over this side. Mark Bergen covers his hand sensibly enough, moves the ball forward, still with the ball, picks it very tidily, and decides to go for a point, has to change his mind. Hand passes back to Paddy Deegan. Deegan, like Buckley, the ever-present support player. Ball dropping on the goal. Evan Cody takes it very well indeed over Luke Hogan's head. He's fouled by Conor Kelly on the way out and does extremely well. Free quickly to be taken by Dara Houlihan. Dara changes his mind, decides instead to go low across towards Tom Kenny, a man with a fine strike. Tom keeps it low towards Shane Stapleton. Doesn't work out. Paddy Deegan's in the middle, takes a right clip from Shane Stapleton. Deegan takes the quick free. No, he doesn't. Gay Rafter says you don't do that. I don't know why, but Deegan certainly was entitled to take it, and he now has to go back, and Stephen Murphy will be the man who will come out and take the long range free. So it'll be right on midfield. Third free taker O'Loughlin's have today. Owen O'Shea took several. He after missing the second one, Mark Bergen took one and did no better. Stephen Murphy, he's done very well. This is his third. He's got one monster. Drop the other one in the square. This one he should be able to hit over the stand at the back of the goal. Doesn't get the sweetest of strikes on it, but it's good enough, and it's over the bar. He caught it kind of with the heel of the hurley, but it's a lovely score for him. And O'Loughlin's goal go nudge closer. 8 points to the Borough, 7 to O'Loughlin's. Ball dropping on Anthony Forrestall and Aidan Nolan. Ball goes to ground, picked up very well by Conor Heary, and the Army officer charging forward, big strong man chasing forward, pushes Buckley aside. It should be a point for him. Fine score for him. The Skies are level, and with 33 minutes played in the first half. Fine point to Aidan Nolan as Gay Rafter blows the whistle for half time in what was a very well contested and very eventful first half, even if the scores aren't coming as thick and fast as we have been accustomed to here during the championship so far. But and the ball goes in for the start of the second half. 8 points apiece. But if I say Dicksboro with the advantage, those of you who are looking at the first half will probably concur. Ball at midfield, Lee Moore trying to win it. Buckley. Always with time and space. Paddy Deegan coming across to intercept the attack. Hugh Lawler. Hand passes the ball forward towards Mark Bergen. Down Loughlin's a promising enough attack. Conor Kelly comes through. He's impeded as he comes, and Buckley comes out again. Coming across this side of the field to find a bit of space. There didn't seem to be any, but now he goes out over the sideline. Well, that's the first time he's been run to ground. And it was Conor Heary was the man who chased after him, really. And the two Conors, Heary and Kelly, the line ball will be taken by Jack Nolan just below us. Jack came on as a sub after 25 minutes as Danny Lucknan was withdrawn. An injury precaution. An injury and a precaution. There's no point in really hurting yourself out here today. But ball won by Conor Fitzpatrick. Tidy clearance from Fitzpatrick, very close to the sideline. Players looking up. Ball caught over there on the far side. It's kept in play. Jordan Malloy comes in to win it. Doesn't succeed in doing so. Bit of a mess out there. Well, Jack Nolan, he came out with the ball, then he was hauled backwards, and away goes Chris Kavanagh. Chris hit very hard, hit right in the chest by Hugh Lawler. Shea's foul hits Bill Sheehan. Again, the free should have happened way earlier because Hugh Lawler's tackle was straight on chest tackle. The referee, how he managed to have it as a shoulder to shoulder is beyond me. However, the free will be taken by Shane Stapleton. Dicksboro with a little bit of an advantage in terms of possession, a little bit of an advantage, I suppose, in the head-to-heads around the field. But those two wonderful saves from Stephen Murphy keeping O'Loughlin's in a good position. I was talking to Michael Walsh of Dicksboro and former great Kilkenny goalkeeper earlier. He thought they were fantastic saves, and no better man to be a judge of a good goalkeeper making a good stop. There's the point from Stapleton. The Borough go a point ahead. Puck out going low towards Mark Bergen. Mark drilling the ball down into the far corner. Way down there towards Owen Wall. It's picked up by Evan Carroll instead. Trying to come out. His path is stopped, but instead it manages to run back and left hands to midfield. Tidy clearance from Carroll. A sticky defender. Here comes Aidan Nolan again. Chance of a point from him. It's dropping very close to the crossbar but wide. And again, a little bit casual from him, though he's a man. He's actually operating he's moved into centre forward position. He's been having a great game today. O'Loughlin's having to shuffle their defence. They don't often have to do that, but they did today. Buckley again with a little touch. Which gets a ball to Tom Kenny. Tom doesn't get out, can't get through Conor Kelly, but Tom Kenny does manage to get the ball well up the field. Charging for it is Bill Sheehan. Bill handles the ball on the ground, and didn't come to the hurley the first time, so he took his chances, and of course he knew straight away he had erred. Free by Paddy Deegan, lobbing the ball towards Conor Kelly. Nice tidy ball to Kelly. Well, you better get rid of it, young man. He does indeed. It's high, it's hanging. Paddy Butler under it. Hanging out of him is Conor Fitzpatrick. Conor doesn't get avenged. I thought Conor had it. He does indeed, does very well indeed. And there's Buckley again. Flicks the ball back across the field towards Ollie Walsh. Ollie doesn't get it. Again, here he is after it, but Ollie eventually wins the ball. Far side of the field, left hands the ball way up there. Good attack, but again Hugh Lawler anticipating everything. And you see the intercounty players, one thing that distinguishes them. Why do they have more time? Well, they have more time because they know where the ball's going to land and they're there before everybody else. It's called anticipation. It's called reading the game. And there is an innate talent there that sets them apart. If the good county players, well, you're not a good county player if you can't do that. It's as simple as that. And if you can't do that, you won't become a good county player. Stephen Murphy a long way from home to take the free. Sideline 25 metres out on the far side. Goes high enough into the breeze. Hanging. Buckley comes for it, pushes Paddy Butler out of the way legitimately, let it be said, and the ball breaks down at midfield. A right scrap for it out there too, and brilliantly taken by Robbie Fitzpatrick. Ball is cleverly won by Mark Bergen though, as Tom Kenny tries to get away. Bergen sending Loughlin's on the attack. Owen Wall doesn't get it, Evan Carroll does. Carroll playing a solid game at cornerback, and Evan Cody absolutely imperious at full back today, sending the Borough forward. A flake by Mikey Butler on Mark Nolan. Ball breaks to Bill Sheehan. It looks good, it's over the bar. And Sheehan, again, the fastest moving, the most agile of the Dicksboro forwards, well rewarded that time. 10 points to Dicksboro, 8 points to O'Loughlin Gaels, and we're 5 minutes into the second half. I think we're waiting for another substitute, are we? I see a number 17 heading in there for O'Loughlin's. We'll catch up on him in a moment or two. I think it's Jay Lahey. He's gone into the corner back. Whether Eddie, no, that's Eddie Kearns' position. Now maybe I've only picked him up just now, and he wasn't there at the start, and he was there since half time. Ball coming across the field towards Stapleton. The pick is missed by Owen Goff. Just he was breaking through. Lee Moore is through the half of O'Loughlin's team after him. Hugh Lawler is there again. Powerful defender. Moore does brilliantly to get after him and annoy him and hook him, and the Borough are back in business again. Terrific stuff by the young fella. Eventually the ball goes to, there's a foul on one of the O'Loughlin players over there on the far side. The foul was by Aidan Nolan, I think. There are a few casualties. Liam Moore is one of them. I suspect Liam had a fairly hardy interaction with Hugh Lawler. I suspect Liam will want a little bit of oxygen. And referee Gare after, well, he gives him enough time for the guys to get in and take care of him and help him to recover. Paddy Deegan standing over the ball for the free. Again, the wind is picking up again for a couple of moments. As I mentioned to you at the beginning of the commentary, it seems to be, it's coming and going quite a bit. And it's blowing quite strongly straight down the field now. So Liam is back in action again. Stephen Murphy has come out from goal for the free. Going down the far side. High ball down to the corner. Won by Conor Kelly, going high, going harmlessly wide. O'Loughlin's attack a little bit toothless today, not showing the same bite and drive about them as they did particularly against Shamrocks here in the park a couple of weeks ago. Fine puck out by Darragh Houlihan, but Owen Goff doesn't take it, Ollie Welsh does. Lovely pick up by Ollie Welsh. He's going to go for the point. It's high, it's drifting to the right and wide. But Dicksboro, just a little bit more enterprise about their attack, a little bit more pace about them, and in keeping with their performances a week ago here, they were absolutely magnificent in the second half against a good Erin's own team. They made a good Erin's own team look very poor. But coming for the ball, Chris Kavanagh racing forward. One tap on the hurley. He has to get ready. He took a lot of steps there and he's got away with those. He's still going with the ball. 3 O'Loughlin's players around him. The referee hasn't run out of patience with him yet. Conor Kelly is back there in defence. Doesn't give Hugh Lawler a very good pass. He has to go back behind his 13-metre line. Hand passes to Stephen Murphy, and Stephen, the goalkeeper, beats the ball down this side of the field. Ollie is under it. So also is Owen O'Shea. Owen O'Shea is gone, flying at this stage. Coming across and tackling him is Conor Fitzpatrick. And Conor, well, no argument about that one. Takes O'Shea to ground, 47 metres from the town goal. The free will be taken by the aforementioned Owen O'Shea. Dicksboro warming up subs down here below us. O'Loughlin's warming up a sub or two on the far side. And Owen O'Shea just getting ready to do a bit of business with the free. Oh, wide. Oh dear, Owen. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. They don't come much easier than that, straight in front of goal. Quick puck out by to Conor Fitzpatrick, by Dara Houlihan to Conor Fitzpatrick, and away go Dicksboro. Very poor strike from Conor though, very poor. Niall Bergen sending them forward. Evan Cody and Owen Wall, or Evan Carroll. Carroll has him in his pocket all day long, and he flicks the ball back to Dara Houlihan. Dara moves the ball across the field to Tom Kenny. Tom, the go-to guy in the half-back line for the passes from the full-back line. There always has to be one. And forward Dicksboro go again. Robbie Fitzpatrick's an arm round his neck. He gets the ball to Bill Sheehan. Bill high, harmless and wide. And if I was to say this game has degenerated considerably since half time, I wish they could go back and rewind it and get matters going again, because at half time it was level and it was interesting, but it's gone into a series of mistakes, a lot of effort, and very little reward for any of them. Chris Kavanagh comes sliding in there on O'Shea. O'Shea then tackles flakes down on somebody's hurley, and we'll have a free out to Dicksboro. The second half has become error-ridden. No fault of either of the teams, both sides equally eager to have a go, but sometimes games just go like that. Killian Buckley with the wind in his sails and the ball in the air, and he gives it plenty of air, dropping in on top of the O'Loughlin's goal, very, very high, and he breaks and flaked out the field a little bit by Jordan Malloy, only as far as Aidan Nolan. He slips past Paddy Deegan, not an easy thing to do to Mark Nolan. Aidan with the possession still, trying to go forward with it. Quick pull by Bill Sheehan, might get results. No, it doesn't get results. He only half hit it, and Paddy Deegan wins the ball instead. Trying to find Mark Bergen, the go-to guy at midfield. He wins the ball, gets it as far as Heary, trying to move forward towards Owen O'Shea. Owen, have a look, you have time. He does have time. He puts a high ball across on top of Owen Wall. Well, none of those have worked today. Evan Cody again comes across and catches the ball over the heads of the two O'Loughlin players, and O'Loughlin's get the free, or Dicksboro get the free out. Dara Houlihan down the far side, gets it over Mark Bergen's head as far as Shane Stable, and Shane, you have a chance of a point. Drifted over the bar. Lovely score, Shane Stapleton. All he had to do was put the ball up into the air, and the wind took it. Mind you, a bit of accuracy was needed too. 11 points to Dicksboro, O'Loughlin's 8. 17, number 17 going on for Dicksboro. Oisín Goff. He'll probably go on to a wing. He's usually a wing forward. Actually, Lee Moore's going to midfield. Robbie Fitzpatrick is coming off. And I suspect there again Dicksboro are experimenting a little bit. And again, maybe Robbie is there a long time. Robbie is a guaranteed starter somewhere on the team. Lee Moore, young man on his senior debut. He's playing well, so leave him there. That makes sense. And again, a late enough tackle by one of the O'Loughlin's players over there. I think Jordan Malloy. It looks, no, it's not Jordan Malloy, it's Anthony Forrestal. And we'll have a free to Dicksboro. O'Loughlin's, the steam seems to have gone out of this O'Loughlin's team. They're losing hands down at midfield, and Mark Bergen picking up an odd loose ball, but really Dicksboro and the O'Loughlin's are losing hands down at half back, where the Dicksboro half back line are in control, particularly with Ollie Walsh coming well into the game in the since half time in a quiet first half. Shane Stable with a free. 62 metres from the country goal. Shouldn't be any problem to Shane. Weather conditions just remaining fine. Good score from Shane. Another point ahead for Dicksboro. 12 points to them, 8 points to O'Loughlin's. O'Loughlin's have failed to score since half time, 13 minutes in. Puck out straight down the middle. Buckley going high. You could see even before, as the ball was at the apex, Buckley was coming for it. There was only one man going to get it. Ollie moves the ball along. Tidy one indeed too, as far as Goff. Floats it over the bar. That's a lovely score. A lovely score by Oisín Goff there. Just floated the ball over the bar. That's all you need to do when you have the wind in your back. Stephen Murphy keeps it short towards Hugh Lawler. Hugh hand pass doesn't work. It only goes as far as Owen Goff. Keeps it low to Bill Sheehan. Will Bill go for the goal? No, he doesn't. He goes for the point. And sensible work from Bill that time. He could perhaps, had they needed one, gone for goal, but the point's a good one. And Dicksboro have just slipped 6 points ahead in the third quarter, and Conor Heary getting attention beyond on the far sideline. I don't know whether he's going to resume or not. He's off the field, so I think he's not going to resume. I think there's an O'Loughlin substitute coming in. Not sure who they're likely to be bringing in at this stage. We'll follow the play. Owen O'Shea going for it. Ollie Walsh going for it. Ollie does well, and Ollie's settling into this wing back position. Ball at midfield though, won by Jack Nolan. Jack nudges it forward a little bit. Mark Bergen coming to it. Does well, Mark Bergen. He has time and space. It should be in O'Loughlin's point. He sees another opportunity. Goes low. Oh, lovely touch by Dara Houlihan. That one was heading for the top right corner. And the substitute going on is Cian Loy. Cian has played the first couple of rounds of the Cian has gone in place of Conor Heary. Mark Bergen, very, very clever hurling indeed. Got clear 60 metres out, had the chance of a move forward, had a chance of a point, but decided, okay, there's more when the Dicksboro defenders weren't coming at him. And he moved into about 22 or 3 metres out, but he did very, very deliberate. I had a great view of it from my commentary position. He very deliberately targeted the top square metre of the town goal, and somehow or other Dara Houlihan got Hurley to it. That's 2 outstanding saves from each of the teams, each of the goalkeepers. But the Borough are well ahead. Mark Bergen with the free. Oh, Mark, you needed that one, and it's gone harmlessly wide. But league form doesn't translate into championship form. Puck out from Dara Houlihan, straight down the middle. Brilliantly caught over there by Mark Nolan. Flicks the ball to Chris Kavanagh. Has he a point? No. Poor shot from him. And again, though, straight from the get-go, from the beginning of straight after the break, they do well. Ball with Jordan Malloy. That was a lovely puck out by Stephen Murphy. Jordan playing the ball low down far side the field, picked up by Conor Fitzpatrick. This lad's having a right game at cornerback today. Loses the ball though. It's gone to Cian Loy. Cian, a good man to run with the ball, but Ollie Walsh goes back into defence. I mentioned Ollie tries to hand pass clear to Conor Fitz. It gets to him, gets to Evan Carroll as well. He has Evan Cody. Cody has he had time and space. He has to go back to his goalkeeper Dara Houlihan, and that maybe is a reflection not just of the dominance Dicksboro have, but of the confidence they have in shifting the ball around. The ball has gone to ground. Jack Nolan with it this time towards Jordan Malloy. Jordan keeps it short to Mark Bergen. Chance of a point from the sharp shooting midfielder. It's horribly to the right and wide. Mark won't be happy. That's 2 wides today. And Davy Burke has come onto the field. I think it's for Owen O'Shea. That's an O'Loughlin's change as well. Ball dropping on Deegan at centre back. Flicks the ball to Malloy. Malloy to Jack Nolan. Jack sending O'Loughlin's. More urgency about O'Loughlin's in fairness. Ball breaking in towards the centre. Cian, it's a straight run by Paddy Butler. He's hampered. Ball goes to the substitute. Ball's in the net. A good goal for O'Loughlin's, and boy did they need that. And a smashing goal for the man who's just come onto the field, number 20, Davy Burke. And what better introduction to a match than that? You make a good run. In fairness, Davy was right under us here, 60 metres from goal. A moment later, he was 20 metres from goal and taking the pass. This game desperately needed an O'Loughlin's goal. They've got it. And we have a Dicksboro substitute coming on. Conor Doheny is the man. And I think going on, Conor Fitzpatrick is getting some attention. Whether he's going to leave the field or come on, I don't know. He's going off all right. Well, he's decided he wants to play on. No. The Mark Dowling, manager of Dicksboro, makes the call from the sideline, and Conor Doheny comes on. One hell of a good substitute to come onto the field. A very lively Kilkenny minor, another 21 hurler, and CBS hurler. O'Loughlin's on the attack. More life to O'Loughlin's. This game is slipping from them. The goal has energised them, and Mark Bergen is charging forward at the far side, 25 metres out, trying to find space. Plays it back to midfield to Deegan. Deegan hit hard, hit high, and fouled by Chris Kavanagh. And the The free will be 55 metres from the town goal. A bit of a diagonal on it too. Mark Bergen will do well to control the ball, to keep it straight into the breeze. He can't afford into that breeze. He can't afford to deviate anything from a low drill shot. If he goes high, he hasn't a hope. But Mark, fine free taker. Took one earlier, keeps it low enough, looks good, tidy. 1 goal and 9 points to O'Loughlin's, that's 12 points. Dicksboro 14. 9 minutes of normal time to go. And we'll normally get, well, even without injuries from here to the end, we should still be able to get maybe 3 minutes of injury time. Puck out goes through several players. Ball breaks over there in the far side. Hugh Lawler again coming out. Charges through 3 Dicksboro players. He's on the ground. He actually dropped his hurling and got away with it there. Hand passed the ball up the field. Paddy Butler, he's back at centre forward. Ball has gone to Davy Burke again. Davy, Owen Wall gets in his way, but the ball's back at Paddy Butler. Paddy puts his shoulder down. He's hauled to the ground, and we have a free. Now, I suspect he's just giving a 20-metre free because Paddy, yeah, he is. Good decision by the referee. Paddy did his best to work his way into the penalty, into the parallelogram before he fell, but no argument about it really. I think, though, the referee is consulting with his umpire. We'll see what the conclusion of that is. I have a feeling he might be coming to the middle. Is he? No. Decision correct. At least I thought it was correct. Mark puts the ball over the bar. 1 point between the sides again. 14 to the Borough. 110 to O'Loughlin's, and we've 8 minutes to go. There's going to be a fine finish to this match. This game is going to be finished today, by the way, so we could indeed have extra time. More bang for your buck, they call it. Away go O'Loughlin's on the attack. Well taken by Heary. He's back on the field. Ball is down with Ollie Welsh. Ollie's playing a stormer at wing back today. Good clearance by Buckley, only as far as Paddy Deegan. That might be all right when they're playing black and amber, but not today. O'Loughlin's going on the attack. Ball out here to this corner. Luke Hogan trying to win it. Strong man Luke Hogan. Ball goes to ground. Jack Nolan trying to get it again. Jack, he's a terrific guy in these rucks. Terrific player in these rucks. Hand pass inside. Paddy Butler, he's running forward. He has no help on his right where he looked. He eventually tries to get the ball to Cian Loy. Ball breaks out, and Dicksboro, I think, will be coming out. Evan Carroll is the man with the ball coming out of defence. Drive pushes forward. Jordan Malloy attacks the ball very, very well. Shane Stapleton was waiting for it. Jordan attacked it, and Jordan gets the resultant free. Well, Mark Bergen, you should be able to level the sides with this one. And O'Loughlin's, who for 15 minutes couldn't buy a score, they're now scoring fluently. 3 scores in a row, a Davy Burke goal, bringing him back to life. In fact, for 19 minutes, they couldn't buy a score. Davy Burke goal, followed by 2 Mark Bergen frees. Here's another Mark Bergen free. It could level up the game a little bit. Dicksboro mentors beneath me a little bit agitated at this stage, let's call it that. Mark with the free, looks good. Point for O'Loughlin's. They're level, 6 minutes to go. And O'Loughlin's very much in the driving seat when the game was going away from them. Well, I suppose we couldn't expect that they were going to be as poor for the second quarter as of the third quarter is there for the fourth. Jack Nolan winning in midfield. Across the field towards his midfield partner Mark Bergen. My gosh, he's hit some amount of ball today. Into the corner. Very, very good ball indeed towards Luke Hogan. Luke goes to ground. Here he's with the ball again. Hand pass inside. Who's inside? Only Mark Bergen. Great chance of a goal for Mark if he's clever with it. Brilliantly stopped in there. Another shot. Great stop by Houlihan this time. The ball's on the ground and the battle goes on over Houlihan's body. And Houlihan manages to get back up, and Evan Cody, I think, is the guy who takes control of things. Gay Rafter decides enough is enough, will throw in the ball. And Dicksboro, a very, very promising attack that time. I think Edward Moylan's on the field as well, I think, for Dicksboro. Will follow the play with the number of subs. They literally empty the bench with 10 or 12 minutes to go at this stage. And if you're winning well, you empty the bench. If you're losing well, you might as well empty the bench. Throw in between Cian Loy trying to get a move on it. Hurley's falling all over the place. Men falling all over the place. Davy Burke did brilliantly to win that ball. He's now gone to ground, gets it out to Jack. Jack Nolan, hauled down, dragged, pulled, tries to get in a shot, doesn't get in a shot. Jack has it again. Has to find a bit of space, does so. Heary, chance of a point for Heary. Ollie Welsh comes to him. Ollie doesn't tackle him very well. The referee, you better get out of the way. Heary's still going 10 metres out. Throws the ball up high, but it's gone to hand. I think it was Evan Carroll's hand, but the ball now is with Tom Kenny. And Dicksboro raised the siege. Hand pass from Kenny towards Mark Nolan. Nolan beats the ball. He's number 15. He's back. He's playing way back in defence. That's the way this game has gone. Mikey Butler pulled down as he's coming out of the ball. Bill Sheehan, the transgressor, and we'll have a free to O'Loughlin's. Paddy Deegan running to take it. Now he runs away from it as Stephen Murphy runs to take it. As the wind rises here in Nolan Park, and it is a considerable wind, Stephen Murphy will have a hell of a job to get this as far as the big parallelogram. Good man, Stephen. By gosh, did he give it height. And it's dropping 13 metres out. Hands reaching for it. No hand gets it, bar Buckley. Buckley keeping it short towards Shane Stapleton. Hand pass to Ollie Walsh. This man can run. Going like the clappers up the field. Chasing him. One of the O'Loughlin's players doesn't get it in remotely near him. Here's Mark Nolan. A moment ago he was in the corner back position. He's going to have a shot here. Doesn't succeed very well. Mikey Butler exacts a bit of revenge on Bill Sheehan. Buries him in the ground and concedes a rather needless free 25 metres from the country goal. Well, 57 and 40 seconds, says the clock as it moves on. And we'll have a free to Dicksboro. Shane Stapleton will take it. 27 or 8 minutes from metres from the country goal, and about 10 metres in from the sideline. Shane, well, he's playing across the breeze, but he's the breeze with him, so it shouldn't be a problem as Dicksboro are getting another substitute ready. This time it's Michael Fagan will be the guy due to come on. He came on against Shamrocks. Or he came on against Erin's Own. He had put in a brilliant performance. Well, he's only going to get a couple of moments today. Shane with the free over the black spot, and the Borough nudge a little bit ahead. 2 minutes to go. Stephen Murray, plenty of noise here in the park at the moment. The subs on both sides and the mentors offering lots and lots of suggestions in an empty Nolan Park. Well, Stephen, who did you find? You found nobody except Aidan Nolan. Goes up for Jack Nolan from the opposition, grabs the ball, runs forward, hand pass forward to Mark Bergen. He should level a lovely strike on the run from Mark Bergen. Beautifully skillful hurler, a man who's had a huge influence on this game today. Couple of frees, but his general play has just been terrific. His sense of positioning as a midfielder is textbook. Oh, two O'Loughlin's players crash there under the ball. Will follow the play. Paddy Deegan is one of them down. The referee should stop things immediately. And again, it was just this happening. They were coming at each other on the diagonal. Paddy Deegan, and I'm not too sure who the Dicksboro player is, but both of them are down, and both of them are going to be down for a minute or two because they really whacked off one another. And the last thing either side wants is a significant injury at this stage, because the competition, the competitive gains are coming thick and fast. And as I was mentioning earlier, we might all like to win the league, but we'd all prefer to win the first round of the championship, or the second round, or the third round, or the semi-final, or wherever. And I can't pick out the Dicksboro player who has gone to ground. It might be Owen Goff. It was a very, very hefty and unfortunate kind of a challenge, and fortunately within the kind of a challenge that you or a crash that you rarely see in hurling, because guys' peripheral vision tends to be pretty good, and they tend to, there rarely tends to be kind of diagonal crashes. But both players with their eyes, and there was actually a third player in the mix as well, and thankfully he escaped out of it. But both sides pretty concerned about the players in there at the moment. We'll have plenty of injury time at this stage, and as I said, this game has to be finished today, so it could be quite a few moments before we find a winner. And I think a silly free is probably the nearest catalyst we'll get towards a winner at this stage. Somebody will give away a free they shouldn't give away, and Mark Bergen or Shane Stapleton will be making the final call in this game. But so far, very decent performance on both sides. They should be happy with their players. Particularly, I'd say both sides should be happy with their younger players. And today is Mikey Butler, who has had a mixed enough, looking at O'Loughlin's, Mikey Butler, who's had a mixed enough championship so far, has put in a fine shift today and has done very well indeed. He's one of the very young, the youngest player in the O'Loughlin's defence. Further afield, the Jordan Malloy outside him has played well too. Very lively, not particularly big players, but very fast and strong on the ground. Owen O'Shea has played well at midfield. And I'm just focusing on the younger lads at this stage. Luke Hogan hasn't had a bad contribution up in the forwards here. And Owen Wall, he's and Conor Kelly for O'Loughlin's. They've had a tough enough day today. Owen Wall met Evan Carroll, and I suppose Evan, if there was anybody built to deal with a nippy player like Owen Wall, it's the likes of Evan Carroll. Not particularly tall, but very fast, very tidy, and again a man with generations of genes, outstanding defender genes coursing through his veins. And Dicksboro, yeah, they've played well today. They have faded badly in the last quarter. Terrific third quarter, but their last quarter has not been impressive at all. And again, their younger players, Liam Moore has played well, Chris Kavanagh has played well. And thereafter, though, all these other Dicksboro lads, they've been around a couple of years. Not that many years, but they've all played. Most of them would have won a senior championship here 3 years ago. And they've a great age profile. They're very, very strong. Mark Bergen coming to the ball again. Aidan Nolan on him this time. Aidan dragged and pushed his own wall, actually did the fouling, and we've a free out to Dicksboro. Killian Buckley going out to take it. Dara Houlihan going to take it. Who's going to take it? Shane Stapleton coming back to take it. Well, we're going to have a couple of more minutes anyway to play. 64 gone. The sides are level, and Shane Stapleton is going to shoot a bomb. He is the best part of 100 metres from the crossbar. He's trying the ball with the jersey. God be with the days when the jersey weighed back in the old days when the jerseys were generally made of wool, and on a damp day you suffered because they held the water. Great one from Shane, just wide. Struck it very well, didn't force it, but just didn't have quite the accuracy. Whoever wins under this will have a great chance. Fagan wins the ball, diagonal across the field. I suspect O'Loughlin's in, because Hugh Lawler arrived at that ball so early, it was unreal. He nearly surprised himself, charging up the field. Hand passes in towards Deegan. Paddy decides to get moving. He tries to go from a standing start, not easy. O'Loughlin's chasing forward, ball breaking towards Cian Loy. Doesn't get it first time, it's gone to ground. They may get Jack Nolan in there. Jack is the man to win the ball in there. He doesn't get it this time. It's with Buckley, hand pass clear. Joe Sheehan, they're on the move. Our Dicksboro, Aidan Nolan goes for a long one, dropping in on top of the goal. It'll be a put pressure on the goalkeeper Murphy. Murphy does brilliantly, clearing out the field towards Paddy Deegan. Paddy picks the ball first time, delightful touch by him under considerable pressure. Gets the ball towards Jordan Malloy, a man who looks like he plays with great confidence, a lovely hurler. He can afford to play with great confidence because he has great talent. Ball with Owen Wall, ball not with Owen Wall, it's instead with Tom Kenny, and Kenny does well. Evan Carroll does even better. Way up the far side of the field, Dicksboro sub chases the ball, fails to get it, but Paddy Deegan doesn't miss. Coming out of the ball very convincingly indeed. And the Dicksboro sub over there, I think it was Oisin Goff, slipped up badly enough on that one. And Dicksboro waiting to get another substitute onto the field. We're not certain who it is, but we'll follow the play. Stephen Murphy going down the far side. Side's level. Do we want extra time? Well, maybe we'll get it, maybe we won't. Chance for double oh, wow. There was a close one. And O'Loughlin's number 12, Luke Hogan, the ball broke and he let fly. And it squirted just wide. Aaron Tracy Murphy is the sub coming onto the field. But good work from Luke Hogan that time. Did the sensible thing as the ball was hopping for him. And it could have been a goal. Well, it could have been, should have been, maybe. Level sides, 66 minutes. We have, I'd say, maybe another minute or two to play. We'll follow the play. Ball 50 metres from the goal. Again, O'Loughlin's fighting very, very hard for the scrappy ball. Ball back with Mark Nolan. He takes a right clatter. And again, there's a fair old panic on this one. Who's coming out with it? We still don't know who on earth is coming out. Who's coming out with it? It's only Jack. He comes out from among about 10 players, does brilliantly. Cian Loy sending O'Loughlin's on the attack. The O'Loughlin's men are the guys with the chance to get the score, maybe. Ollie Walsh and Evan Cody between them raise the Borough siege, and Tom Kenny clatters the ball way up the field. Not a good one from Tom. He goes down the middle where there were fewer Borough players, but the ball's with Liam Moore. Liam running forward. Is this the winner? This looks great. And that is a score to win the game. Well done, Liam Moore. 16 to Dicksboro, 112 to O'Loughlin's. The Dicksboro forwards. Yeah, the Dicksboro forwards. Well, they're happy. The Dicksboro subs are going mad here below me. Puck out down the far side. Won by O'Loughlin's. It's clear to Mark Bergen. Mark, are you going for the point? Is this the leveller? This is the leveller. Well done. 68 minutes gone. 16 to Dicksboro. 113 to O'Loughlin's. And we'll still go on. Ball at midfield, won by Jack Nolan. Hand passes to Cian Loy, not a good hand pass. In comes Liam Moore. Loy comes back and wins it. Chasing forward, going towards the goal, flicks the ball into Jack Nolan. Not a good again. Jack had gone a little bit forward. The final whistle goes, and the players, well, they'll take another little suss, but my orders are there'll be extra time. We'll see. We'll follow the play. Away goes O'Loughlin's again. Jack Nolan flicking the ball out towards Cian Loy. Ollie Welch is there on the far side. Doing well, Ollie. Ollie has always played as a midfielder until this year, but he experimented playing in wing back. Well, we'll vote for it at this stage. Away come O'Loughlin's Jordan Malloy. Kicking the ball forward. He kicks a decent ball too, but well stopped by Buckley. Buckley tackled by Heary, fouled by Heary, and as Heary drills the ball over the bar, the referee has blown the whistle. Killian is testing his left leg. It took the brunt of Hurley that time. Keeps the free low over the far side, trying to get Shane Stapleton moving over there. Does so. And he hand passes inside. Ollie Walsh coming up to make the extra player. Ollie slips past one Loughlin's player, but Loy is back there, so is Paddy Deegan. And the ball goes to ground, breaks out. Shane Stapleton held up by Paddy Deegan eventually. The ball goes to ground again, and this time one of the Dicksboro players fouled. Will have a free to them, I think. No. Well. I thought the Dicksboro man was the guy. I thought it was one of the Dicksboro lads was being held down at that stage, but it doesn't seem to be. I thought it was Michael Fagan. However, the free is to O'Loughlin's. O'Loughlin's have the breeze for first part of extra time. And Stephen Murphy in no hurry, whatever. Got a point early in the first half from similar range. He's 95 metres cover. He certainly gives that one enough air. Dropping high, it's probably going wide. It is going wide. And, well, with the best will in the world, neither Paddy Butler nor, I think it was Luke Hogan under that ball, could keep that in play. It's also perhaps one of the reasons why corner forwards get taken off. Dara Houlihan with the puck out. Coming down this side. Ball breaking off one of the O'Loughlin's players, goes to ground. Tom Kenny with it, does well, Kenny. Driving Dicksboro forward towards Bill Sheehan. Bill brought to ground by Mikey Butler. Paddy Deegan manages to win the ball. Flicks it to Jordan. Jordan hits it away quickly and tidily, but Buckley is under it. Breaks up Buckley's hand, caught brilliantly in there in defence. Again, I think it's Michael Fagan catches the ball and clears way up the field, way over the far side of the field. O'Loughlin's in control again over there. Paddy Deegan keeps the ball low towards Jordan. Jordan moving infield. Does well to get past two Dicksboro players, keeping the ball very low indeed to Mark Bergen. Mark deciding to run past Ollie Walsh. Not an easy thing to do, but Ollie dispossesses him. Brilliantly does Ollie Walsh win that ball. Hand passes to Liam Moore. Liam goes to ground. And Dicksboro, when they were in control, lose that ball. They're back. Aidan Nolan gets the ball, moves on a little bit. He goes to ground, and a few moments of stalemate. Owen Wall goes to ground and looks very uncomfortable under that one. We're trying to follow the play. Paddy Deegan brings order to chaos. Paddy, the hurley knocked out of his hand. He's lost it. Pinched by Bill Sheehan, free into Dicksboro. And Bill, well, if ever there was a professional foul, I think it was Paddy Deegan was the man who did that one. He had lost his hurley. Bill had snapped the ball into his hand and was just about to motor. And I'd say he was halfway through the second step when Paddy Deegan's hand snaked out and caught his ankle. And in a kind of a Peter Stringer way, for those of you who follow the game of rugby. But it was a very good tackle, even if it was a foul one. A yellow card for Deegan. He takes one for the team. And as the rain cascades down on us here at the park, swirls of it blowing down the field into the faces of the Dicksboro defenders, and Dara Houlihan in the goal, swinging windmills with his arms, trying to keep warm, because it's not warm here today. There is a cut in that rain. And Shane Stapleton to go with the free. 1 point ahead for Dicksboro. And we're just 5 minutes into the first period of extra time. Make that 2 points ahead for Dicksboro. Stephen Murphy coming with the puck out. O'Loughlin's players all over the field looking for the ball. Jay Leahy coming over to this corner looking for it. He decides not to go with that one. Down towards Heary instead. Ball though breaks to Tom Kenny. Lovely touch from him. Gets the ball to Aidan Nolan. The Burr on the attack. Promising enough looking. Shane Stapleton. Shane goes through Paddy Deegan. Paddy, well, there was the yellow card. Paddy could have fouled him. He didn't. And Paddy knew. But going to ground there. Great tackle by Jordan Malloy, who came in and dispossessed one of the Dicksboro players very well indeed. Cian Loy under the ball over there on the far side. Ollie Walsh after him. Two pacey men. Loy going forward. Hit by Liam Moore. Fouled by Liam Moore. We have a free to O'Loughlin's. And the ball will be brought up an extra 15 metres for a little bit transgression by Liam Moore, I think it was Liam Moore, just after the whistle went. And this should be a handy free to Mark Bergen. O'Loughlin's need it. They've gone 2 down against that howling breeze. Thankfully the rain has stopped, though he needed the towel to dry the ball after the last flurry of it. 45 metres out, pretty straight in front of goal. Shouldn't be a problem, no problem. So the sides go level. 6 minutes into the second half. The first period of extra time, as the Dicksboro subs continue to warm up below us. Puck out, a lot of players under a 2, 4, 6 players on. Deegan's there, catches the ball very well indeed. Tries to pass it up, but Tom Kenny reads it very well. Going forward with Jordan Malloy, who's had a horse of a game, as they say, through the second half. Plays the ball over the far side of the field. Not a good one from him, but Ollie wins it. Buckley is there. Buckley charges past, takes it for a row, takes a nasty little pull in the arm from one of the from one of the O'Loughlin's players. The referee rightly plays the advantage, but it's gone high to the right and wide. And advantage really was lost there. The fives, there were more than 5 seconds had elapsed. The free going down on top of Buckley, and Paddy Butler breaks off Butler's hurley towards Tom Kenny. Wild pull by Cian Lloyd, just gets away with it. Going forward is Heary. Heary sells a dummy, then hand pass inside to Davy Burke. Davy doesn't get it. Instead, it's Owen O'Shea is the guy with it. Marshalled out to the side a little bit. Paddy Butler beats a ball across the face to goal towards Cian Lloyd. Cian goes to the point and gets the point. And O'Loughlin's nudge just one ahead. And things remain tight. Neither side looked likely to score a goal over the last while, but both sides scoring good points and both sides going all out for a win. What more do we want? Puck out, dropping down here, and Shane Stapleton and Deegan wins again in the air. It's half blocked down by Aidan Nolan. Buckley comes in, charges through a couple of O'Loughlin players. Ball going forward, it's Aaron Tracy Murphy towards Liam Moore. Hand passes inside. Hand pass again towards Liam Moore. He's charging down the goal. It's either a goal or a penalty. It's a penalty. And that is a terrific run by Liam Moore. Does a 1-2 with Aaron Tracy Murphy. And Moore stays travelling, and he's one hell of a young lad when he does get a bit of steam up. That's the second time he's got through on goal. Last time, during the first half, he hit a superb ball that Stephen Murphy somehow or other saved. And this time, he earns the penalty. That's a smashing contribution from a young man. And the penalty, well, Shane Stapleton is... Paddy Deegan's going in to have words with Stephen Murphy. Whatever words they are. Owen O'Shea is back on here for Owen Wall up at the O'Loughlin's, in the O'Loughlin's forwards end. Players coming and going. The man to take the penalty will be Shane Stapleton. Precision or power, or both. Side a point behind. Goes high, crossbar, just over the bar. Sides are level, still can't divide them. It's a fine strike from Shane Stapleton. The ball went a little bit high. Gay Rafter says, "Hold on, don't take your puck out yet," because Dicksboro trying to bring on number 19 on our programme anyway is Joe Sheehan. Going off is Ollie Walsh. Ollie's put in a terrific shift through the game. We're 9 minutes into the extra time. The Dicksboro, the attack, Conor Doheny winning well over there, hit hard, dragged, but Conor gets in a good shot down the field towards Sheehan Bill. Sheehan Bill doesn't do anything with it this time, but the ball breaks to Liam Moore, wins it, 50 metres out. What's he going to do with that left-handed shot? Just to the left and wide, The size level, 10 minutes gone in the first half of injury time. Referee Killian Buckley's on the ground. We'll have to stop, and we'll see what care and attention he has to get. Again, referee remonstrating with one of the O'Loughlin's officials over there. It looks like Shawnee Tyrrell from this distance, but blood sub needed, I suspect, for Killian Buckley. Mark Nolan heading back to the far corner. Bit of concern about Killian's injury. I'm sure if they can get a bandage onto that and clean him up where he is, they'll be more than happy. No, a substitute needed. That's the signal from Tommy Ball anyway. And Dicksboro will need reinforcements from this one. Buckley has just been imperious throughout this, absolutely imperious throughout this game. And we'll see what instructions David Carroll is going to bring the Mayor Fornia for Dicksboro. He's going to bring here. Yes, there's a sub getting up to move. Generally, at this stage of the game, substitutes are not really inclined to go in, even if you're winning. It's the last few minutes of the game. Well, there's 10 minutes of injury, of extra time to come. But generally speaking, they're not really too mad about going in at this stage. They're cold. They've been sitting in the stand. They're cold. They've been looking at the game and they've been enjoying it, and maybe sometimes also maybe they're dreading coming in because they may be going into a place where their colleague is not doing particularly well. Anyway, Killian is still on the ground, getting the ministrations of the Dicksboro medical and ancillary staff, let's call them that. And there'll be quite a delay. And the size level, as I said earlier, not a cigarette filter between them. And Dicksboro still showing a bit more promise, perhaps, but not getting the scores, not moving with the fluency they probably should have in attack. They're doing a lot of damage, but it tends to be a bit sporadic. Whereas say if they started running, if the Dicksboro forwards just started running 1 second earlier, it would make an enormous difference to their team, an enormous difference, because at that stage then there'd be more targets available for the defenders and midfielders, or maybe the other forwards delivering the ball. But it's all about anticipation and about quick movement. And in fairness to referee Gaver, after he's given Killian Buckley every chance to get back up on his feet and get ready to go again, if necessary, even though they have called on a sub. And it looks as if Killian has played his game. They're bringing him off. He's a little bit shaken, perhaps. And I'm sure if there are a lot of Dicksboro people looking in, they're saying, God, I hope that fellow will be all right next week. So I'm sure he will. A man who's made of very stern stuff indeed. And the substitute coming on is Mark Nolan. He's number 15. He's gone back to play centre back. Who's had a man who's played very well so far today. It looks like he's gone back to the centre anyway. Yeah, we'll follow the play. Stephen Murphy with the puck out, the size level. Ball squirts off Hurley's. Evan Carroll charges back to get it, but here Hurley sticks in the ground. Cleared well out the field. Ball break. The ball drops down on Joe Sheehan, takes the ball brilliantly and drives forward. This time it's high, it's over the bar. And that's a fine shot from Paddy Deegan. Fine stroke from Paddy Deegan. Puck out from Dara Houlihan. Dara again looking always to take a quick puck out, but has to go slow this time. Shane Stapleton goes very, very high for this one, does brilliantly. Drives the Dicksboro forward towards Bill Sheehan. Sheehan comes out, ball tipped off his Hurley by Mikey Butler, and very cleverly done so by Butler, and Jordan Malloy clears the ball up the field. Owen O'Shea, he was off, now he's back on. He takes a right push in the back, he's out over the sideline. Referee blows the whistle. It's half time in extra time. We've had 15 minutes in that first period of extra time, but 5 of them have been injuries. And the sides, well, 116 to O'Loughlin's, 18 to Dicksboro. Dicksboro turning over to play with the breeze for the last 10 minutes. Edward Moylan and I think it's Owen Fenley. They're getting ready to go on for Dicksboro. There Benitez will follow the play. Nolan gone flying ahead, chasing after him, Luke Hogan. Ball flicked out the side of the field. towards Liam Moore. Liam plays it back short towards Dicksboro. Number 19 going high, going straight and going over the bar, and that's Joe Sheehan. Fine score for him. And here we go with Stephen Murphy with the puck out. We're level already. So the O'Loughlin's advantage at half-time lasted precisely 25 seconds. Stephen Murphy going the far side there. He beautifully caught over there by Heary. Heary does very well, does better. Indeed, one of the Dicksboro players, it's Aaron Tracy Murphy. He pushes him, Heary in the back, gives away a silly free, having done great work in hooking him. Mark Bergen will take the free. 65 metres out right on the sideline. Hitting across the breeze. Very, very difficult one. Mark should get the distance, but the direction keeps it low, sensibly low. Ball drops in key on Paddy Butler. He wins half of Dicksboro after him. He's horsed out over the sideline and the ball has gone wide. Well, Paddy caught the ball, but in fairness, the Dicksboro defence marshalled him brilliantly over the end line. And Paddy, while he tried his best, there was very little he could do about it. Dara Houlihan with the puck out. His father, Eddie. Eddie is the chairman of Dicksboro. Ball at midfield. Flicked as far as Aidan Nolan. It should be a point for the rangy wing forward, straight over the bar. In fact, he's playing more at midfield at the moment. Going on at the moment is number 18 is Owen Fennelly. He's going on for Liam Moore. Liam Moore has put in a great shift today, and he gets a round of applause from the Dicksboro subs. He's a happy young man. Ball at midfield. Mark Bergen trying to get it, but away come Dicksboro instead. Fennelly, first touch of the ball. He's robbed by Jordan Malloy, and Malloy comes forward towards Mark Bergen. Mark has time, plays the ball low down into the corner. Here he is to come back and win it at midfield. Heary, big strong man, 2 or 3 Dicksboro players on him. He gets past them too, gets past them brilliantly. Gets the ball to Davy Burke. Davy and Mark Bergen. Mark sending them on the attack. Good ball across towards Owen O'Shea. Owen, you have a little bit of space. If you know it, he turns and goes for goal. He better stay going. Great tackle on him by Aidan Nolan, but the chance for Loy. Murphy stops it brilliantly in the goal. Slides out. Dara Houlihan sliding out, stopping that ball brilliantly. And Dicksboro go on the attack, but the ball gets only as far as Paddy Deegan. Deegan cuts back, a nice ball towards Mikey Butler. Here's a corner back who often gets a point. Mikey, have you got one this time? That's a lovely point, Mikey Butler. And the sides are level again. And lovely work from the 2 O'Loughlin's attackers, Paddy Deegan and Mikey Butler, who come charging up the field. But again, Houlihan in the Dicksboro goal that time, there was a great chance of a goal. He went to ground. He actually attacked the ball with his feet. Marginal enough call, we'll say. The referee allowed it, but I'm not too sure. Is that within the rules? I know you can stop the ball with your foot, but I don't think you can attack with your foot. However, one of the Dicksboro players, Evan Carroll, is the man who's going off at this stage. Corner back. Going back to play corner back is Martin Nolan. Centre back, Tom Kenny has gone to centre back for Dicksboro. And they go on the attack. Ball breaking towards Oisin Goff. Hand passes the ball over towards Sheehan trying to get through half the O'Loughlin's team. Not a good idea. Jordan Malloy squirms and twists, gets out, flicks the ball over to this side, goes to ground. Jay Leahy, a scrum of players, and eventually the ball will have to be thrown in. Sides level, 4.5 minutes gone in the second period of injury time. Bill Sheehan trying to retrieve his hurley. Aidan Nolan in the meantime, left-handed shot over his shoulder. A bit of a Hail Mary one that time, Aidan, and the ball goes harmlessly wide. Nothing between them either on the wide counts. They've about 10 each over the course of the 75 minutes we've had so far in this game. Ball at midfield. Owen Fennelly trying to get it. He doesn't get it the first time nor the second. There's a ruck of players in there again. Coming out with one of the Dicksboro players. I'm not too sure which one of them it is, but he sends a decent attacking ball up the field. Mikey Butler and Bill Sheehan going for it. Bill goes to ground, Mikey goes to ground. Mikey taps the ball out past Oisin Goff. Jordan Malloy is back to help. Jordan's had a horse of a game today. I mentioned that, I said that earlier. I'm repeating myself, but why not? To Paddy Deegan. to Jack Nolan, and O'Loughlin's go forward, but in control back there is Mark Nolan, and he passes the ball straight to Luke Hogan. This should be a point for O'Loughlin's. Straight over the bar, Mark Nolan. That was a horror, but you don't need me to tell you. And O'Loughlin's going to a 1 point lead, 118 to them, 20 points to Dicksboro. Puck out, huge puck out, brilliantly caught by Hugh Lawler. Wonderful catch by him towards Jack Nolan. 4.5 minutes to play. Driving the ball forward. Paddy Butler wins it. Paddy goes for the point. This looks good too. This looks very good. Well done, Paddy Butler. That's a super score. Quick puck out by Dara Houlihan. Dara, the referee doesn't allow you to do that in this game. And the referee, in fairness, is eminently consistent. 119 to O'Loughlin's. That's a 2 point lead over Dicksboro's 20. 16:07 when I last looked at the clock. Ball breaking 50 metres from the O'Loughlin's goal. Paddy Deegan takes the ball, flattened as he's coming out, gets the ball to Mark Berg, and away goes Mark. Legs pumping like pistons towards Cian Loy. Cian keeping it way out to the corner. Owen O'Shea going for it. Doesn't get it off Michael Fagan. The ball goes out over the sideline. Fagan claims it's a Dicksboro ball, as he would, but Owen O'Shea is the man who'll go to take the line ball because it's going to O'Loughlin's. No, he's not. Mark Bergen's going to come forward to take it. Mark knows they're 2 points ahead, and he's not going to sprint down to take this line ball. Lovely striker of the dead ball, and a lovely striker of line balls as well. Let's see, will he do the same this time? No, terrible one. Straight to the Dicksboro defenders. Tom Kenny raises the siege, beats the ball forward. Bill Sheehan's under it, Mikey Butler's under it. It falls out of Mikey's hand. The ball falls instead to one of the Dicksboro players. Chance for goal, there's a goal. And the goal, I think, is Aidan Nolan is the man. And that's a great score from him. Yet another score from Aidan Nolan. 120 to Dicksboro, 119 to O'Loughlin's. Yet another twist in this smashing game. And we have 2.5 minutes left in extra time. Tom Kenny fouling Cian Loy over there under the puck out. We have a free to O'Loughlin's. This could be the leveller. 119 to O'Loughlin's, 120 to Dicksboro. Lovely score from Aidan Nolan. I must find out how much he's actually scored today. 1-5 from play. My statistician was reading my mind, and that is a terrific return from this big, rangy, fast-moving forward. Dispute over where Mark Bergen is going to take the free from. Well, he knows now. The referee has pointed to the spot. 60 metres from the town goal, facing into a strong blowing wind. He has to keep it low. He's kept them all low before now. It looks good. It's over the bar. They're level. 1 goal and 20 points apiece. 1.5 minutes to go. So, puck out from Dara. Straight down the middle. Hands reaching for it. It falls to Deegan. How on earth that ball got into Paddy Deegan's hand is beyond me. And our Hugh Lawler, in fact, brilliant take. And O'Loughlin's raised the siege. Stephen Murphy comes out to take the free. Paddy Deegan moved it out of the yards, but he has to take it back, go back a little bit to Stephen. To inside his own 45-metre line. So we could even have more action after this. There's only a minute to play. The sides are level. Stephen goes high, goes straight down the middle. Should be a defender's ball. It is a defender's ball. And Dicksboro come clear. Tom Kenny's the man coming clear. Hand passes the ball straight to Paddy Deegan. Deegan comes up, intercepts. He's well into the Dicksboro half at this stage. Hand passes forward to Mark Bergen. Mark going forward. He better not be fouled because they're close to goal. Deegan gets a shot and Deegan goes left and wide. Well, it was a great effort by the centre-back. Dara Houlihan decides he's going to puck the ball straight down the middle. Have O'Loughlin's cover the centre-back position. The ball's at Martin Gaffney, gets it to Sheehan. Sheehan gets two O'Loughlin's defenders at the same time. Ball is back with Hugh Lawler. Hugh has to try and rescue a very emergency situation. Jordan Malloy takes the ball up brilliantly. He's hit hard as he's coming out. He's fouled as he's coming out. I don't know what's happening. Referee is standing stock still. It is a free out, it looks like. Or has he blown the final whistle? He has indeed. So, what's next? Penalties? We think it's penalties. Let's see. Find out. We'll find out. We'll tell you in a moment. But there's not a sign of a cup being presented here in the Northern part. They're all shaking hands with one another, but this game has to finish. And actually, first of all, where the I don't think there's no need for the players to take a break. I think the fact that the players have slowed down a little bit has meant they've cooled down. By the time the fifth man gets to take his shot, he'll have very, very much cooled down. So that may be an issue. Mark Bergen's the first to take the penalty, facing Dara Houlihan. Let's see what you'll do with it, Mark. Oh, what a save. What a save. The penalty looked very well struck, but Houlihan dived to his left. And again, it was the ones. It was Houlihan's favoured side, but he did brilliantly to get there. Stephen Murphy in goal. And Shane Stapleton to take the penalty. Shane measures 3 steps back. Shane got a point from a penalty earlier. He went for the top right corner. He went with precision. Wow. He went for that corner too, and he went with power this time as well. Great score. So, Dicksboro 1, O'Loughlin's 0. Who's next? Stephen Murphy. Goalie on goalie. Stephen measures 3 steps and then takes a couple of little ones. And then moves the ball forward. A man with a powerful shot. Oh, it's the crossbar! Oh, wow. It ain't happening with the O'Loughlin's. Oisin Goff will be the next Dicksboro player to take the penalty. Oisin will go to the motions as well. Oisin came on as a substitute today. He'd started the other league games, not delaying too long over it. Murphy hopping from foot to foot in the goal. Wow, that's a penalty. Again, bit of power, but seriously good precision. And Stephen, well, he didn't know which way to go. This time it's Owen O'Shea. He has to get this one. Houlihan stops it again. And this time he stops it on his weaker side. A wonderful save. Again, the penalty was a good one. It was quite high. He's in at about 6 feet, so that was very, very impressive. Man of the match so far, anyway. Goalkeeper Dara Houlihan. This time it's Aidan Nolan. Smasher. 3 to Dicksboro. 0 to O'Loughlin's. Paddy Deegan's next versus Dara Houlihan. Dara can't do any wrong up to now. And that's it. Sinead, well done to Dicksboro. Very well done to Dicksboro. And O'Loughlin's can't get the win, so very poor return though from penalties. A very, very poor return from penalties. And